Welcome back. It's Monday, March 27th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday. A 2-in-1 day. We will certainly take that. Donovan Mitchell goes under his rebounds and assists line. Cam Johnson goes under his points line. And then our one loss on the hook, Dennis Smith Jr. We needed his over 6.5 assists, and he ends with 6. He had all the chances in the world, just couldn't get it done. I'm technically chalking up DSJ in the double-double into one play, but the units, obviously, we lost a quarter unit on the double-double as well. But either way, we'll take the profitable day. It was a great birthday. Would have been even better if we had that sweep. But either way, I appreciate you guys for coming out. Thank you guys all for all the birthday wishes. I love you, each and every one of you. Thank you guys all so much for supporting the channel. And if you are new to the channel, my name's Austin. Welcome to the Call on Our Shot channel. If you want to go down below, hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. We certainly would appreciate it. Now let's dive into today. We do have a great offer at WynnBet. Thanks to our friends at Dimers. You bet $100, you get $100. All you have to do, New Year's with a WynnBet, you get an additional $100 in site credits. All you have to do is sign up using our link. You bet $100 and boom, you get another $100 in site credit. It's that easy. It's available in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Massachusetts. We got Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. All the details down below in the description. Love you guys. Let's dive into today's slate though. We have an interesting play. We have an interesting slate. If I do add a play, which there is potential to add a play today, whether it's a bankroll builder, just another player prop I like, it will be in the pinned comment section down below. So check that. I'll have it live probably by 4 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of injury news today, so we're going to play it slow. Only 3 plays. We'll dive into this first one, a Detroit Piston, and it's Jayden Ivy. And I got 2 plays I like for him. Similar to Dennis Smith Jr. yesterday, I like this for Mr. Jayden Ivy. Over 5.5 assists for just 1 unit, which is currently standard across all books, minus 110 on DraftKings. And then I'm going to put just a tenth of a unit on a hidden to record double-double plus 14.25 on Bet365. So maybe your unit size is $100. You put $100 on his over 5.5 assists, but then you also put just $10 on his double-double. If he somehow gets a double-double, 10 points, 10 assists most likely, well, we're in for a big payday. Now, let's talk about Mr. Ivy, and him and the Pistons are at home hosting the Bucks. We'll talk about that in a second, but I like Ivy just like Dennis Smith Jr. Do you have the assist chances? We just need his teammates to knock down shots. And while DSJ came short for us yesterday, felt like it was the right read, and hopefully it's the right read today for Ivy, and he can get it done. Now, let's talk about Ivy, though. He's been pretty good for the Pistons all year long. Obviously, he's a rookie, and he's coming into his last, 5 to 7 games or so, but over the last 7 games, Ivy's been pretty solid. He's averaged 7.9 assists per game, 14.7 potential assists, and 9.1 adjusted assists. Now, the adjusted assists are a little bit different than assists per game because those are counted maybe his teammate blows a layup or something like that. So 9.1 adjusted assists, pretty solid. In terms of his regular line, he's had 5+ assists in all 7 games, 6+ in 5 of 7. He's actually had a double-double in 2 of his last 7 games. So if he can get the double-double in 3 of his last 8, we would certainly take that. And we look at him, I think he has the assist chances to get there, and I don't necessarily know if the Bucks are going to play a whole lot of defense today. And we saw last game versus the Raptors, a very good defense. Ivy had 8 assists, so he cashed his regular 5.5 assist line, but he had 19 potential assists. He played 13 more minutes than Killian Hayes. And like I said, today the Pistons haven't been great. Let's be honest, the Pistons haven't been a great team. They've been getting blown out, but Ivy's still been getting his minutes, and they're playing host to the Bucks. And the spread, yes, it's 16.5 points. So sure. And this game could be a blowout, but I think Ivy will get his minutes. And you saw Ivy's last game versus Milwaukee, 12 points and 11 assists. Cashed his assist line, got us a double-double. And this is a game that the Bucks, let's be honest, they don't need to try in. This is a game the Bucks could just come out here and say, you know what, guys, we don't need our defense to be like game 1 of the NBA Finals, game 7 of NBA. We don't need that. We just need to go out there. We can outscore this Pistons team. Just let them run up and down. We can outscore them. Let's just do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that to the Pistons today. Just kind of take their defense a little bit down and just score some points against this Pistons team because they can outscore them if they want to. And we see Ivy. Who's he starting with? Now, Killian Hayes can be out there. He'll get his assist chances, but Isaiah Livers, not a big usage guy. James Wiseman and Marvin Bagley, not big usage guys, but also great guys that are good at pick and roll, getting to the rim and laying it in, not guys that are afraid to shoot the basketball. So I like Ivy. He's a part of this Pistons future. They're clearly trying to see how he looks running point for this next couple games, and I think he can easily get us 10 points. That first half of the double-double comes down to assists, though, and I think he can get us 10 assists. If he only gets us 6 and we cash the regular play, I'm fine with just losing a tenth of a unit on the double-double, but the fact that we can get it plus 14.25 odds, I think it's a great shot at it. 14-1 odds for him to record a double-double. I'll take a stab at it if he doesn't get the double-double, whatever. I just want 6 assists at least. We'll take it with Mr. Jayden Ivy. We'll be rolling with him. Now, let's keep it going to another play that I really do like, and it's going to be Kawhi Leonard of the LA Clippers. And like his over 10.5 rebounds plus assists, currently minus 120 on FanDuel. Now, if this line goes up to 11.5, which I'd guarantee some books put it at 11.5 because that's what happens when I release a play. A lot of you guys hammer and the lines move up. I'd probably prefer to play about minus 140-ish juice on the 10.5 than instead of going up to 11.5. But let's talk about his regular lines because some people don't have rebounds plus assists. So I like his rebounds line at 6.5. He's been getting that 6 a lot of times. So be careful on that hook. But I also think he has a good chance of hitting his over 4.5 assists, which I think was about plus 120 on some books. So let's talk about him, though, as him and the Clippers play host to the Bulls. And look, the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard's probable tonight. I'd be surprised if he didn't play. The Clippers are the 5 seed, so they're in the playoffs, but they're 2 games away from dropping all the way down to the 10 seed playing in the play-in games. Last game, they did not look good against the Pelicans, getting smoked by 21 points. So I think every game is a must-win game for the Clippers here. They don't technically have to win it or they're out, but you can't afford to lose a lot more games at the end of this year. If some team gets hot in the play-ins that are currently in that 7 to 10 range, they get hot, they could jump this Clippers team and put them into the play-in games, which is where you don't want to be. So we see Paul George, Norman Powell still sidelined. So the Clippers going to need a lot from Kawhi Leonard on the offensive side of the court. But the Bulls know this. The Bulls have been a great defense post All-Star break. Coming off a win against the Lakers yesterday, trying to complete the LA sweep. I think they actually get the Lakers in a couple days again as well. But we know that, the Bulls aren't stupid. They know Kawhi Leonard's getting the ball on offense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them throwing double teams his way. If you were an NBA coach, would you rather Kawhi Leonard go one-on-one on any of your defenders or throw double teams at him and make Russell Westbrook or Marcus Morris Sr. knock down jump shots? I think it's pretty obvious. You'd rather those guys shooting than Kawhi Leonard, one of the best players, arguably in NBA history. He'll go down as that. But we look at Kawhi's last 6 games without Paul George. He's averaged 7 rebounds per game and 4.3 assists per game. That's 11.3 right on the dot of what we need today. Kawhi in those games, we've seen him have 11, 13, 12, 10, 12, and 10 rebounds plus assists. So getting real close to this line, going over that line in 5 of the 7, but you can see the line's pretty sharp here. But we see these last 2 games without Paul George. Versus OKC, he had 6 rebounds and 6 assists. That's 12. We like that. He had 6 reps and 4 assists versus the Pelicans. So, look, one game he went over, one game he went under, but he's averaged 8.5 rebound chances, 8.5 assist chances. And I think there's a realistic possibility he could go out here and get us 10 rebounds. That's not crazy. It's Kawhi Leonard. He can go out there and get rebounds if it bounces his way. But he could also go out there and get 5, 6, 7, 8 assists, depending on how the Bulls are exactly defending him. Now, we know Leonard is a great defender, but I don't see him being the guy that's asked to guard DeMar DeRozan 24/7. Or Zach LaVine 24/7. The Clippers, they need Kawhi on the other side of the court. So I don't think they're just going to use up all his defensive energy, although he's capable of doing that and then doing his thing on offense. But I think Kawhi, when you have Ivica Zubac or Plumlee out there having to guard Nikola Vucevic, who just got ejected last game, maybe Vuce comes in here pretty aggressive. So we're going to see Vuce stretch the paint, and I think Kawhi's going to be down there in the paint. Maybe he guards a guy in the corner for a couple possessions. Maybe Luxon does some rebounds. I think 10.5 rebounds plus assists is a little too low for him. I think the sharp line should be about 11.5, maybe 12.5 with juice on the under. So 10.5 I think is a great line. I'll take it. And hopefully Kawhi goes out there. Hopefully they're throwing double teams at him left and right, and the guys are knocking down some jump shots for him. But I like Kawhi Leonard over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. Don't care if he does it with rebounds or assists. Just get us 11 combined, and we'll take it. Now the third and final play, but there might be an added play, and if there is, it's in the pinned comment section down below, and also on our Twitter at CallOnOurShot. Make sure you follow us there. But it's going to be the bankroll builder. We had a day or 2 off of these, but we're back with this one. Going to a big time game, Sixers versus Nuggets, and I really like this game. This game should be fun to watch. And let's talk about the 4 legs they cooked up. Joel Embiid, 30-plus points. Joel Embiid, 8-plus rebounds. Nikola Jokic, 20-plus points. And Jamal Murray, 4-plus assists. Now, it's currently plus 112 on FanDuel. You're getting that plus value. As long as you're getting plus value, I think you're getting a good pick here. Now, let's talk about this. Now, Embiid, I've seen people say he's doubtful. I really don't think he's doubtful. I think he's more questionable. But I don't see Embiid not playing today. If you know Embiid, you've seen him in the press conferences, you've seen him in whatever, talking to people. He wants the MVP trophy. Do you really think he's going to duck a matchup against the only guy standing in his way, getting the MVP with Nikola Jokic, that is? I just don't see that happen. I think Embiid will get a day off of rest. I just don't think it comes today. And if it does, well, there goes 2 of our legs, and we'll just roll with Jokic 20-plus points and Jamal Murray 4-plus assists, probably like minus 350 if Embiid gets ruled out randomly later on in the day. But hopefully that hits with ease. But let's talk about these 4 legs. And if you don't have, these same game parlays or bankroll builders, I did like Joel Embiid's over in PRAs as an individual play, but you got to wait till James Harden comes in or out. I think the line's not going up. I think it could go down if James Harden does play, so wait for that. But let's talk about Mr. Joel Embiid, obviously gunning for that MVP trophy. I think he's going to come out here and step up, and we've seen him in their only matchup versus the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic this year. Embiid, 47 points. He scored 30-plus points in 17 of his last 25. And look, the Nuggets could try to double team him, but Embiid doesn't care. He's going to go out there and shoot it. And we know Jokic not going to be a guy that really wants to get into foul trouble. So when Embiid's driving, doing his Euro steps, getting to the rim, I don't see Jokic being a guy that's just trying to hack him. I think he's going to just let Embiid lay it in. And there could be a Nuggets game plan where they're like, you know what? We will let Embiid go out there and drop, 50 points on us as long as no one else beats us. We've seen teams do that before. And I think that's a way you could beat the Sixers. Just say, you know what, Embiid, you go do your thing. We'll just make someone else. You're going to be the only one that's going to beat us, not anyone else. So I think Embiid can go out there and score 30 points. He's been so good. His line's 34.5. You don't set a guy's line at 34.5 and not expect him to at least have a pretty decent game. Now let's talk about his rebounds though, because the rebounds are suspect. Embiid, 8+ rebounds in 17 of his last 25. Went on a bad streak where he had 7 rebounds in like 3 consecutive games, but his first matchup against the Nuggets, he had 18 rebounds in that game. He has 8+ rebounds in 6 straight versus Denver. So look, I know Embiid's gonna go out there and try to score the basketball, but sometimes I think he knows it comes down to your stat line. I mean, some people say, Jokic is stat pad, and so wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see Embiid try to stat pad a little bit here, but I think he can easily get 8 rebounds. We've seen centers get a good amount of rebounds against this team. He's going to be down in the paint. Jokic, really not a guy that shoots a ton from the 3-point line, so I think Embiid can kind of just camp out in the paint, man those lanes, and I think he can get his 8 rebounds, so he's going to play enough minutes probably to get that done. Now, let's talk about Jokic, because I don't expect him to just roll over without a fight, say, you know what? Yeah, Embiid, you can have the MVP trophy. Just drop a 35 piece on my head and get out of here. Nah, I don't think that's Jokic. I mean, we know Jokic is a fiery guy. We've seen that in the postseason, and he's played well-ish against this Embiid-led Sixers team before. He scored 22 and 24 points in his last 2 against Embiid. He scored 20-plus points in 8 straight games in general, and the Sixers are a good defense, but they're not throwing double teams his way. I think they're going to let Embiid just guard him one-on-one, and we've seen Embiid in some games just kind of take a little bit off on the defensive side of the court just so he goes even harder on offense. So, look, I think Jokic gets 20 points here. He's at home. Sixers are a very good defense, so they're not going to let other guys completely go off on him and Jokic just be a passer. I think he can get us 20 points today. And Jamal Murray, the final 6+ assists in 6 straight games. All we need is 4 today, and he's had 4+ in 24 of his last 25. If the other 3 legs hit and Jamal doesn't hit, I don't know what I'll do, but he's been averaging a lot of assist chances. Should get his assist chances at home to his other teammates. I think he does at least 4 assists. He's been doing that in the first half recently. So 4 legs. Plus 112. Just need Embiid to play, which I would be really surprised if he did not play. And then Leo Jokic and Jamal Murray to get it done. So those are my 3 favorite plays. That same game parlay, bankroll builder in the Sixers Nuggets game. Kawhi Leonard over in rebounds plus assists. And then, of course, Jayden Ivy. 2 plays technically, but we'll just track them as 1 for him to record a double-double and also get his regular over 5.5 assists. So if I do add a play, it's in the pinned comment section down below. A reminder about that WynnBet offer. You bet $100, you get $100 in site credit. Take advantage of it. Top link in the description. You guys have a great Monday. Let's have another winning day. 5 days left in March. Let's get hot at the right time. Thursday night to play. Check the pinned comment. Have a great Monday. See you guys back again Tuesday morning. Peace out.